Yeah, hello. I suppose everyone gathered here slept safely today. Woke up in a clean bed, had a nice tea and breakfast before coming here. And if your day started like this, you won't encounter many restrictions today, like participating here in this event. Try to imagine yourself in a cafe, just for a short moment. Close your eyes if you need to. Take a breath. And enter the place. Realize on the left or right side who is there with you. Is it your friends or maybe your family? Or the people you're used to see there anyways because it's your favorite spot. Open your eyes and let me question you. How many homeless people were there? Good afternoon, my name is Bogna Grazyna Jaroslawski, and one of my tasks as a visual artist is to expose the environment. I make things visible that are not visible to the eye. I'm active in different artistic fields like theater, installation art, and art education, but my heart project is the social sculpture. The social sculpture is an expanded concept of art by the German artist Joseph Beuys. He used this term to explain his notion of art that includes human action aimed at structuring and shaping society. The social sculpture, the term is common sense today, and everybody's free to use it and create it. So since beginning of human history, we created art, and it always served our struggles. Like in early Egypt to express the mystery of human creation, or in the medieval times to express the belief in God. Historically, art was never separated from the real life experiences. I think art is based on three pillars: beauty, truth, and compassion. But art for the sake of art is mostly focusing on overwhelming beauty today and separates us from our feelingful thinking. It separates us from truth and especially compassion. Let me take you on a little trip around the globe and introduce you a social sculpture. This is the project Pink Silence I developed in South India. And at the Gandhi Square in Pondicherry Beach Promenade, Tamil Nadu State, 365 freestanding bamboo sticks were publicly displayed. The mass of the large and small pink sticks shone brightly on the otherwise pastel-colored promenade and fascinated many pedestrians. Some of the sticks carried Tamil or English written messages on mirror foil on which the viewer, the recipient, can observe himself by reading them. I honored with this installation the Gulabi Gang, the first feminist movement in North India, where women are forming huge demonstrations to create awareness on a very serious issue: violence against women and children. So imagine a critical mass of 20,000 women all dressed up in pink saris. It's huge. But in the South Indian area where I was active, the Gulabi Gang was completely unknown. But the identification with the women was there, it was present. Because most of the participants of the Gulabi Gang and in South India were Dalits, meaning a social group within the Indian caste system that are regarded as the untouchables. And if you are born as female Dalit, you encounter many prejudices and limitations within your own society. And if something bad is happening to a Dalit woman, the only thing she received is a lack of support. So we started as 5 people cutting and polishing the bamboo. But after a few days, the locals became aware of the goal to express a taboo and joined. So we gained over 200 participants and became very active. I organized a workshop where the sticks got their concrete feet. We painted the 365 sticks in pink, which was an incredible amount of work. It took us a week. We organized group discussions where the women who encountered violence experiences had a forum to express. This was very important. This was complemented by watching thematic movies for the younger audience. We participated in a festival, and the young women were representing the stories they heard about on stage, and we started to talk about a taboo publicly. This was a very strong performance. We relocated the installation in different areas from the village to gain a wider audience. So what causes violence against women? Where are the roots? I asked everybody who was interested into getting involved this question. And the common answer for this was too much consumption of alcohol in the family or a non-supportive family system at all. So those outcomes were written down on the mirror foil, attached on the sticks, ready to be discussed in public. And the women were very proud to stand up, showing themselves, embodying their stories, but without losing face. Pink Silence turned their stories into art. So the artist boys I introduced you in the beginning once said, everyone is an artist. I believe everyone is creative, and you can create social sculptures too. Because creativity refers more to your state of being, an interaction between your body and your mind, and the way you appear in the world and influence it spatially. Like children, for instance. Children show a huge potential of creativity during their playtime, and it develops organically because the mind of a 5-year-old is made to explore, to combine, to play. And it's easy to forget for us that the things we consider as creative are the things, the ideas, and the behaviors we consider as creative are products of social dynamics and interactions, and not necessarily of intellect, understanding, and knowledge. So every kid does it, and we as adults, we stop doing it at a certain moment of our life because we think it's a waste of time, and instead we're getting very busy. But it is your human right to restore your NEA genius. Because we all have been once 5 years old one day, so it's in there, it's in us, every day and every second of your life. And later, for your professional and private life, creativity becomes a very important skill. So to change the way we think about art, we have to strengthen the focus on an experience level. Because art can transcend barriers such as politics and language can. Art can chronicle human rights abuses, providing a unique forum for naming, shaming, witnessing, and accountability. Art can art can dignify the human experience to express thought and feelings that triggers recognition of one's own humanity and the contemplation of a collective humanity. This is the project SMILE I developed in South Africa. And together with the homeless brothers and sisters, the first stage of SMILE was created on the streets of Cape Town. The idea was very simple. I wanted to portray the human smile because it unites us. A human laugh and smile is regardless of race, status, origin, language, or gender. By using conventional food colors, I was able to do it literally because they were suitable for consumption. Please have a look on a very short video clip I prepared.
One more?
After the colors dried, I opened the paper bags, and the manifested smile through color and shape were revealed. As well, the direct connection to the person through their DNA that was captured in the paper. I decided to complement the colors with small graphics I saw and incorporate real leaf gold into them. Afterwards, an event organized by our project took place in a gallery, to where the brothers and sisters were also invited as fully fledged artists. Many people living on the street are often not permitted into public life events, such as places, visiting places, like galleries, shops, or cafes. Remember your own cafe in the beginning. How many homeless people were there? And how can we connect, support, and share? The exhibition of SMILE, however, questioned and revealed the hierarchical power relations, since the brothers and sisters' art was exhibited in a place to which they usually have no access. Because the social sculpture is a representation of all participants' action, a multidimensional process belonging to everyone. I think there's a way to address social inequalities creatively by transforming it into action and save the participants' face. Because art can dissolve issues like gender inequality, violence, sexism, racism, classism, much more, with paper, paint, wood, and glue. I seek for art that makes people visible, to encounter and express empowerment about the community. Because art can initiate a change. Its essence is creative activity and the central contribution of individuals and wider society. A human right that opens up alternate ways and possibilities for feeling, thinking, and doing. So create art. Some of you might dance or garden or cook. It is a social dialogue and never a monologue. It is happening right now between you and I, within us. And this is the meaningful part of art that is relevant to our humanness. Thank you very much.